Today is August 9th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey, and we are brought to you each and every day by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. Rammer, the Cardinals are out in a place in the country that I think you and I are both very fond of, Denver, Colorado, for a three-game series against the Rockies. Now, you know that I like to make bold statements and just kind of go over the top with things. And but I think I hope you understand what I am saying when I say that this week of baseball against a bad Rockies team and then this weekend against the Brewers, the Cardinals could pretty much wrap up the National League Central with a really, really good week.
Yeah, that's completely false.
Two out of three against the Rockies, and then if they sweep the Brewers this weekend, you expect them to take at least 2 out of 3 against the Rockies.
Why wouldn't you reverse that? Knowing typical Joe modus operandi, I would have thought you would have expected the sweep against the Rockies and 2 out of 3 from the Brewers. What has happened?
You know what? It's the elevation in Colorado. It just you can't expect a sweep in those series. It's just things can go crazy at that field. So
okay, no. Let's say you do very well. I'll forget wins and losses. You do very well against the Brewers. You could make a nifty little cushion against them. But as we've seen, even in the last 2 weeks, as we saw last year, that kind of ground can be made up like that. Yeah. You can be playing decent, play some 500 ball, 4 out of 8, 5 out of 10, whatever, in a stretch, and the team chasing you wins 8 in a row. So no, this is early August. If it was early September, you might have my interest, but it's early August. So I got to put the kibosh.
We don't have a Cardinal lineup just yet. Miles Mikolas on the mound today against Ryan Feltner. The Rockies, though, have released their starting lineup. They are going to go with Charlie Blackmon in right field, Jose Iglesias at short, Brendan Rodgers at second, C.J. Cron at first, Ryan McMahon at third, Randall Grichuk is in center, Ilarius Montero is DHing tonight, Elias Diaz is behind the plate, and Sam Hilliard is out in left. When you look at the career of Charlie Blackmon and you look at how bad these Rockies teams have been as of late, are you a little surprised that he's still with that organization, that he has, he a good left-handed bat, that they haven't moved him and gotten prospects back in return?
Well, yeah, the second part I agree with. It's not up to him to move, right? Once you're under contract, this isn't the NBA.
I would imagine he's a 10-5 guy, though, so he does have a no trade clause.
Well, yeah, so you're not going to trade him,
right?
Yeah, why they chose? Well, here's the key question: you move Arenado, obviously because of the fear of the contract, and keep Charlie Blackmon. What you should have been trying to do is keep Arenado and Blackmon and sign Bryant and sign some pitchers and develop your own pitchers. And now all of a sudden you got something rolling. In Denver, the Rockies can hit. Look at the splits. Yep. Look at our buddy Randall Grichuk. When you look at Grichuk's numbers, the splits are as dramatic as anybody you see coming out of Colorado. The fact that Nolan Arenado is hitting 300 at sea level, he goes against the grain. It shows how great a player he is. But when you look at Grichuk's splits, let me pop them up here real quick. Randall, former Cardinal, who we really like, and you take a look at him. At home, 308. Away, 203. On base, 339 to 262 on the road. And then go slug, same way. 500 slug at home, 323. That's choke up Judy hitting stuff. And then a nearly 300-point difference in the OPS. But having said that, I just read you his numbers at Coors Field. He's dangerous. their lineup at home is dangerous. Don't expect any 1-0 Cardinal victories.
Yeah, the Cardinals again out in Denver this weekend. Miles Michaelis going tonight, Jose Quintana tomorrow, and Dakota Hudson in the afternoon game on Thursday. The Cardinals will face a left-handed starter tomorrow, so we know Albert Pujols will get at least one start in out there in Denver before we take a look at the Albert gift tracker. And see what the Rockies want to give him coming up on Wednesday or Thursday, I guess.
One other thing though about lineup stuff, Brendan Donovan has got to be in the lineup. He's just got to be. His on base percentage is such where you're desperate, in my view, desperate for on base guys. Look, you take Arenado and Goldschmidt out of the equation. Look at the on base percentages. Everybody else in the lineup, not good.
Yeah.
The lineup is clicking and playing better. I'm not saying it's a bad lineup, but you need people on base ahead of your 2 MVP candidates. Brendan Donovan's got to play.
Yeah.
I don't think he will.
Hey, Rammer, quickly before we wrap this up for today, just looking around the rest of baseball, 2 huge injury blows recently to contenders. First in the American League East, the Yankees, who are already been snake bit by so many injuries, they lose Matt Carpenter probably for the rest of the regular season. He fouls a ball off his foot last night in the first inning, fractured his foot, and he said he expects to be back and contribute in some way. The only way I could see that happening is a pinch hitting role in October for him.
Broken foot, depending on the severity and where that bone is, anybody who's had feet problems know that can be an issue. But if it's not too severe, a spot where it can heal, he does his rehab 6 weeks, maybe gets some at-bats at the end of the season and then goes in to be a contributor in October, like you're saying. So my fingers are crossed for him to be a quick healer and have that broken bone in a good spot. They'll get Stanton back. They'll get Rizzo back. And maybe they get Bader into their lineup. So they've got depth. They've reached the bottom of the well in depth now. But I think over the next 3-4 weeks, that can get a lot better for them.
Also, Tim Anderson of the Chicago White Sox, he's out 4 to 6 weeks due to a torn ligament in his hand. The White Sox have been underperforming all season long as they're trying to claw and get back up into first place in the American League Central. He's
their best player. That's a death blow.
It is. Yeah.
When he goes, they go. He's been in and out of the lineup all year because of injuries. When he's in the lineup, they win. When he's out of the lineup, they lose.
And you're Matt Carpenter. I mean, you can somehow replace a hitter. Somebody can get hot and replace a hitter for a couple weeks. The White Sox have nobody that can replace Tim Anderson for what he does at shortstop in the top of that order.
No, I agree. That's a death blow. They're done.
And then also, I guess, not so much a contender, but Chris Sale. I don't even know where to begin with with him and his career of injuries. It's the ghost of Drake LaRoche getting Chris Sale once again.
I really feel bad for him. You know, the Red Sox known for sure he was going to be out, they probably would have been selling even more. And they bought and sold, and they left themselves kind of in the middle. Kind of a purgatory. Now that you know this, I'm sure they're kicking themselves for not selling it all.
Yeah. So there you go. A little injury update around Major League Baseball. It is Cardinals and Rockies tonight, 7:40 start time out in Denver. Rammer, I don't know, my favorite ballpark in all of Major League Baseball out there at Coors Field.
How about that?
Yeah. I know. If it weren't for all of my other world travels this past month, I did plan on being out there for this series. It just didn't work out with the way the calendar fell for this.
If I had 2 legs going instead of one, we would have gotten in a car and driven out there together. That'd have been fun. Let's plan on doing a Rocky series next year out there.
Okay.
Just get in the car and go.
We will definitely plan that, Rammer. You and
we'll
me.
Take your son too.
next year. Hey, this has been another edition of Daily Cards Live here on Claibs Online, brought to you each and every day by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Rammer Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, it's where better service means better banking. We're talking about the services that are provided with folks that have been in the business for years, sometimes decades. Royal Banks has been around for over half a century. They have the people to get it done for you in a time where finances are very difficult. For whatever your needs, call Royal Banks, 314-212-1500, and there will be somebody there to help you out. Royal Banks, where better service means better banking.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will be with you again tomorrow for another edition of Daily Cards Live right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
St. Louis Acura has almost 200 pre-owned vehicles in stock with inventory arriving daily and can offer the best trade-in value. While others raise their prices and fees, we choose to earn your repeat and referral business by not taking advantage of the current market situation. We invest in our team, becoming one of St. Louis's top places to work and fastest growing companies. St. Louis Acura remains committed to becoming better than ever for you. Located at Manchester and Mason Roads.